Hello everyone, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Alright folks, this is going to be a story told in 3 parts, possibly 4 depending on how tonight goes. I am recording this on Sunday, November the 12th. This is going to be night 2 of the Metallica weekend, no repeat weekend. 2 nights of Metallica. Already been through one night. This story, and this is gonna act. This video is actually going to be the story of what happened during the one night, but not the actual concert itself. Because there's a story, good story, fun story, lots of times. Okay, moving on. And I'm going to go see him for the second show tonight. Okay. All right. So that's why I say at least 3 parts, because there's going to be me talking about the concert for 2 of them, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. The first concert, I got very little footage of. I've got Sean's going to give me some of his footage so I can watch some of that. But for the most part, I don't have a lot of footage for that. We'll see how that goes. My phone died. We ran into a small little problem, and my phone died. So I didn't get a lot of footage, and that goes with the story that I'm going to get into. So yes, I hope you enjoy my story of me and Sean going to see Metallica in Detroit, Michigan for their no repeat weekend. Oh, awesome. Night 1. All right, let's get into this story. So the story of going to see Metallica Friday night actually for me begins on Thursday night. Thursday night, I cleared out everything getting ready to go to the concert because I have to cross the border. I'm in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Got a nice little map we're going to bring up here, okay? Shows the route approximately. I'm not telling everybody where the hell I live. I gave a rough start-in marker that was kind of accurate to where I live. So I had to go from my house to Ford Field. On the map it says it's a 15-minute trip. That's it. Only 14 minutes. 15 minutes, whatever. Okay. What I'm getting at is it's supposed to be next to no time to get from my house to Ford Field, okay? Going by a car. Sean was driving. But Sean and I were going to be pressed for time on Friday. Because we both had to work during the day. So we were both going basically straight from work to the concert. I had to prepare everything the night before, so I take everything out of my wallet except for what I need to take with me to the concert so I don't accidentally lose anything of importance, right? It's one of those things that happens. So what we do is I take all my unessential cards and whatnot out of my wallet. Problem is, one of the cards I took out of my wallet that was unessential for going to the concert was my bank card, which I didn't realize until after I got to work and I had used the cash out of my pocket to pay for the bus. So I had no way to get home from work all of a sudden. Yeah, because I didn't have my bus card either. I'd taken that out of my wallet as well. Yeah. So I really botched that one up. Luckily, Tracy was able to, where she works, if they don't take their last break, they can leave 15 minutes early. So that's what she did. She didn't take her last break. She left 15 minutes early. She came, picked me up, got me home. I got home before Sean did. I was all ready to go. Sean walks in the door. We're up. We're going. We're on our way to Detroit, and we are crossing at the tunnel because 1, the tunnel is the closest location to us. 2, I got a thing with heights. 3, it's closer to Ford Field from the tunnel than it is from the bridge, and it would have been a giant nightmare as far as I'm concerned. I would have been terrified having to do it from the bridge and maneuver everything properly. And okay, so we did the easiest route possible. We take the tunnel. Everything is good. We get in line at the tunnel, and we get stuck, parked for almost 40 minutes at the entrance to get into the tunnel. The reason why, some dumbass stalled out in the tunnel. Now, the reason I'm saying some dumbass is there's always a possibility that the car just crapped out. It happens. But I'm more likely to believe that what happened is somebody was trying to get to the States as much as they could without having to refuel their vehicle, because it's cheaper to fuel up in the States than it is in Canada right now. So it was someone anxious trying to get to the States, hoping they could fuel up in the States, and they ran out of gas. This is just my guess. I do not know. If you are the person whose car stalled out in that tunnel and you just happen to watch this, you're a fucking asshole if that is what happened. If that is not what happened, it was a true and honest error. Something happened, your car just, because that does happen. Cars just sometimes. If that happened to you, I am sorry for anything I may have said that was judgmental. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear your side of the story. I'd love to know why I had to spend 40 minutes waiting across the damn border. Your car crapped out. Had to be towed out of the tunnel. Under the Detroit River, man. Oh, okay. And I don't know why it took so long. You think there would be a vehicle ready for this at all times, right? A car craps out in the tunnel. You'd think they'd have a truck on both sides of the tunnel, a tow truck, okay, like actually run and operated by the tunnel on either side. No. No, 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 no. Of course not. That would make sense, right? Okay, so we do eventually get over to the other side, and it's not that big of a deal. We get over to the other side, we park our car, the guy at the lot. Now, this is going to be a factor. Now, it took us a while to find an empty space because we got backed up, right? So we were even later getting there, less spaces, less opportunities. So we get to this lot that we finally find a spot in, still taking spots. $60. $60. This lot is not normally $60, okay? Not even close to $60. I understand it's a special event, and I understand doing a little bit more of a markup because you got to have a little more crap going on. But these are lots that are right by Ford Field, so realistically, they're always busy like this because, how often are the Lions playing? How often are there special events? Okay, so $60 for this lot, I'm sorry, for starters, was price gouging. And they weren't the only one. There was a lot. It was massive price gouging. I'm sorry, it is. And it really, to me, as someone going across, I was highly disappointed with this. Like, now, we park our car. The guy says, if you guys aren't back by midnight, it will be another $20. Right there, I knew we were getting screwed. Right there, I knew we were about to get screwed. And we will come in full circle to this story. Okay, so he gives us the address. Now, I must have misheard the address. I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt and say he did not give me the wrong address on purpose. I misheard the address. Because I heard 1400 Macomb, and it was 1400 Randolph. Now, hold on here a second. Now, you can see the spot on the marker where we were parked. You can see where Ford Field is. We were relatively close. Not a big deal. We could walk there in 5 minutes. It was nothing. It was no big deal at all. Considering we had already gotten backed up, everything else like that. We made such good time still that while we didn't get to sit down to watch all of Pantera, we heard most of Pantera. Because stopped to get this awesome shirt along with a shirt for Tracy, picked up something for all my kids. Sean got a shirt, So we did all that before the show. Had to go to 2 different booths to get everything I wanted. But what I'm trying to get at here is we got in there, we caught most of Pantera. That was awesome as well. With Pantera, I didn't take a lot of video. I did take a little bit of video. And basically, one, I have never gotten to see Pantera. I didn't get to see them in the heyday, okay? I never got to see them, so it was cool to say that I am now seeing Pantera live, okay? I got to see Zach Wild for the first time ever live. I've never seen Zach Wild live. So that was really cool too. I was really thrilled with that, really enjoyed that. It was great, fantastic. Um, it definitely, on some songs, it was 100% purely Pantera, man. 100% purely. Like Walk, oh, This Love, oh, yeah, this love. Did they wait? Hold on. Am I thinking the right one when I say walk? Anyways, This Love though, when they did This Love, oh man, whoo, damn. There are definitely. I think I missed probably a couple songs at the beginning. Um, I'd have to look at the set list, which I'm not looking at right now because I wasn't playing. I forgot about talking about Pantera when doing this. Okay, so I will say, uh, if you've ever seen the movie Airheads, Rex Brown, Pantera's bassist, looking very much like Steve Buscemi in Airheads, except for lighter brown hair, kind of gray coming in and whatnot. I was watching a bunch of old men up on that stage, and that was cool, that man. It was fucking awesome. All right, now Metallica comes out. Metallica does their show. Oh my god, some of the songs I okay. So it was this great mixed bag for the first night. There are three songs that I absolutely am not a fan of when it comes to Metallica. Not that one of them, I really dislike the song, and if you're one of my regular viewers, you should know what song it is. I absolutely just do not like from Metallica, and it's the one song I am so happy they got out of the way on night one. There's two other songs that are really big and they're huge, and everybody loves them and whatnot, and I understand why people love them, and it's not that I hate the songs or whatnot, but one suffered from being vastly overplayed. The other one is just too damn fucking depressing for me. But those three songs, they got out of the way in the first night. So that was cherry. Fucking cherry. That means in the second night, there's two songs I know I'm going to have to hear that I'm kind of about, but that's okay because they're going to tear down the house. Um, Now, that being said, there's also I'm paying attention to all the songs that they're playing from which albums, and there are some albums that got no love on the first night, absolutely none. So I'm hoping they get some love on the second night. There is definitely a lot of fun. I love the way the ring was. Ring is right because it's set up like a ring. I'm putting up a couple photos here to show you. I don't want to ruin too much, but it is set up like a ring. It was wonderful, spectacular. Absolutely loved it. Okay, so the concert's done. Now we've got to find the car and go home. Now, as I've already mentioned, I screwed up the address. I also mentioned the phone dying. Now, during the concert, my battery was dying really bad, so I turned my phone off so we'd still have battery for after the concert. There was one particular song played during the concert I had to turn my phone on to get some video footage of, because if I didn't get video footage of it, I would hate myself. And I don't want a lot, just a little, just clips to put up like I usually do when I do concert reviews. The problem is when I put it back into my pocket, apparently I thought I had turned it off completely, and I did not turn it off completely. So when we got out of the concert, I had 5% battery life left, and I had to try and find our car. Needless to say, my phone died. We spent 2 hours. The concert finished just after 11. By the time we walked out, it was about 10 after 11. We should have been able to make it back to our car in no time. You can see on the map that I'm bringing up on the screen here that we wandered around for a solid 2 hours trying to find our fucking car. All right. And you can see on the blue dotted line, that is where we had to go to get to the car. The red outline is the entire area that we kept walking up and down through trying to figure out where the hell we parked because we couldn't find it. We were so lost. I believe at one point we even crossed further down Gratiot towards Broadway, but I didn't want to make us look that horrible. We seriously, we couldn't find the car. And then finally by accident, because we walked past where the car was multitudes of times. We were looking for the car specifically, and we were looking for the car in a specific spot because I remembered where we were parked. We had no parking lines. It was a very rough parking lot, like needed to be resurfaced. Um, so I'm looking for our car in a specific spot, and it was not in a specific spot. And everywhere we kept looking didn't match, and I knew we did not park it in between lines. So this one little particular parking lot we walked past like 2, 3 times, and because they had moved the car, we couldn't find it. We kept walking past it, and it didn't look like it was there because it was between two large vehicles. So ultimately, I believe that this guy, he knew right away. He saw that we had Ontario plates. He knew he was going to take us for a ride, and he took us for a ride because when we finally found him, we went to go retrieve our car because we had to leave a key with him. And that's why we couldn't use Sean's key fob to find the car because Sean's key fob is part of his key. Stupid design. So we couldn't go blip, 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 and listen for the noise. Or go click, 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 click with the door locks and listen for the noise. If we could have done that, we would have found the car so much faster. Just through process of elimination, walking around, click, 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 So yes, I do think that the parking attendant fucked us on purpose. I honestly believe that because he laughed. He laughed when I even made the comment of, "Oh, this is why we couldn't find it because you moved the car," and he started laughing. So yeah, I was not impressed. Really not impressed. Was not a cool experience dealing with that. We're gonna fix that up going through tonight. We have a better plan. We also have more time. We're leaving earlier. Hopefully, we don't have the problems with the tunnel again. I did forgot to mention that when we did get through the other side of the tunnel, we just shot through. They're like, "You going to the concert?" "Yeah, we're going to the concert." They looked at our passports for a couple of minutes, did the keystrokes they got to do, waved us through. Okay, so this is me punching this in while I'm in the middle of editing. I forgot to mention on the way home. So after all this stuff, after all these issues, we come home, we come in through the tunnel, coming back, no problems coming back through the tunnel. Like once we got the car, everything was kind of falling into place. We got back on the Canadian side. You know, they always say that, most people end up dying within like 5 kilometers or 5 miles of their home or something like that. So we're on our way home, and we've got we're just driving along casually, no big deal. We had a chill night. We're just trying to get home. We're enjoying the ride, talking, chatting, and whatnot. And we're crossing through the intersection of McDougal and Giles, which is a so-so intersection. It's got a couple blind corners that are hard to see. So we're going through. We've got the green light. We're just on our merry way. It's not like we have no music blasting or anything. We're just driving along. And ambulance, no sirens going, couldn't see the lights because it was a blind corner. We almost got T-boned by this sucker and blasted. Oh my God. If Sean hadn't just kind of done a little swerve and kind of punched it, and a whole lot of like emergency stopping and whatnot going on, we would have gotten creamed by this ambulance because it didn't have any sirens going past a blind corner. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, back to the rest of the couple of little pointers I want to mention here. Now, this is the first time I have been over to the U.S. since 9/11. I did not have a passport for years and years, so I couldn't cross the border. This is the first time I've gone over there. It was kind of nice to get back over to Detroit. A lot of stuff has definitely changed since I've been there. And I definitely would like to go back over again and get to revisit Detroit and spend a little time there. I mean, I like to get to Fishbones, which I didn't get to go to this time around. I'd love to go to Fishbones in the future. I'll probably make a date night of that with Tracy, especially now that I've seen how easy it is to get around over in that area, and I've kind of got to know it a little bit better. Going over for date night with Tracy would involve taking the tunnel bus, though, going a little earlier, taking the tunnel bus, going over, coming back. Now, the tunnel bus. You might be wondering, why didn't we take the tunnel bus? Well, here's the thing. As a person who takes the bus regularly, and I mean regularly, I live on the bus, man. All right, so as a person who takes the bus regularly, there are two things I was not aware of. First off, the tunnel bus used to run until like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, possibly even later. I remember for Tigers games, sporting events, Red Wing games, stuff like that, you were guaranteed you could get a bus to come back to Windsor up until 12:30 usually. At least for concerts up until 12:30. Because when I saw Alice Cooper for New Year's Eve and Ted Nugent New Year's Eve in Detroit, both of those years, they had buses ready just to come back. You did not, other than your ID, there was nothing special you had to do for these buses. You just went and got on the bus, paid the fare, and you came back. You paid the fare and went there. Apparently, they've changed the buses since COVID. I'm guessing it might have changed before that, but the tunnel bus stops running at 9:30 now, which is absolutely ridiculous and stupid. So Sean and I, but they do offer special charter buses that go over for special events. You know, you buy a ticket to go over and come back. I went to go look into this for me and Sean, and I was told the tickets were sold out for these buses. Sean and I saw the charter buses when they were on their way back from the concert, and let me tell you, they must not allow standing on the bus anymore. And it must be only for the seats that are on the bus, because that's all that was filled up were the seats on the bus. And I think there were even empty seats on the bus still. I was so pissed when I saw how empty these charter buses were when I had been told that they had been sold out. They had been sold out for weeks. I didn't even know tickets had gone on sale for these because I didn't know these charter buses existed because they're not advertised anywhere except for in the downtown terminal and on their website. All these buses in their fleet. Yeah, then they put it up on the signs on the buses in the fleet. No, not a single sign anywhere on the actual fleet itself. And I mean, not necessarily for the Metallica tickets, but for special event and charter tickets, because apparently this is how it works for Lion games as well when it's night games. Because the tunnel bus stops at 9:30, so you can't just rely on the tunnel bus. Oh, lessons learned from this. Look forward to telling you more in the next story. All right, everybody, enjoy. Take care. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. Leave a comment below. Were you at the first night? Did you enjoy the first night? I hope you did. I look forward to the second night tonight. Peace, love, take care.